Time Travel Kids League, the final episode, The Shadow Portal. The episode opens with a rumble. The kids look up to see the giant dark portal in the sky, slowly widening. Out steps the Shadow Raider leader, his eyes blazing with power. Behind him are thousands of shadow soldiers. Their mission, hunt down the kids and take the time crystal. Allie looks over at the others. They all know what this means. This is their last chance. If they lose this battle, evil will control all of history. The villain steps forward. His army behind him. He raises his arms. Foolish children, he booms. I am the Shadow Raider leader and I have waited eons for this moment. Now I will rule every second of history. No child can stop me. The kids stand tall. We're not just kids anymore, Allie says. We're the Time League. The Shadow Raider leader laughs. So brave, so very brave. You are nothing but children playing at being heroes, and I am the master of shadows. Your powers are nothing against me. Ha ha ha. Behind the villain, one of his soldiers creeps up with a net. Gotcha. But before he can cover the kids, a loud roar shakes the ground. Out of the corner of his eye, the villain sees the dinosaur guardian charging at his army. With a flick of his tail, the beast knocks dozens of shadow soldiers away. Then it spots the children cowering behind the rocks. The dino lets out a loud call and runs to protect them. Kale steps in front of the children, blocking their path. Go, he whispers. You are our only hope. The crystal listens to your hearts. Don't hold back. Ollie looks down at the glowing time crystal in his hands. He looks back at Kale. His friend is putting himself on the line to buy them time. The crystal feels warm in his hands. What does it mean? Does it choose Ollie? Close your eyes, Ollie thinks. Think of your friends, your family, everyone who needs your help. All of history needs my help, Allie thinks. Suddenly, the crystal starts to glow brightly. Aisha reaches out and places her hand on top of Allie's. Sara and Omar do the same. Their hands meet in the middle on the crystal. It glows even brighter, bathing the kids in its light. Each kid gets a different color. Kale watches with a big smile. Your powers are amazing, the Shadow Raider leader says, his voice dripping with sarcasm. But you are still just children. No child can stop me. Ha ha ha. The villain raises his hand to fire a dark blast at the kids. They're not kids anymore. Ollie puts his hands out wide. Courage and strength, he calls out, and the kids charge forward. His hands blaze with golden light. The Shadow Raider leader fires his dark blast, but Ollie pushes it back with a mighty roar. Sara zips past the enemy soldiers. She reaches out and knocks them off their feet, one by one. Speed, she yells. Aisha holds her hands out in front of her, raising golden shields that deflect every attack. Light shields, she cries. Ollie pushes back the Shadow Raider leader. The two beams of light and dark energy clash, shaking the ground beneath their feet. It's my turn, Omar says, leaping into the air. He plans to come down on the heads of the shadow soldiers, but misses and lands flat on his face. Everyone laughs, but there are too many enemies. They need more power. Everyone looks to the time crystal. It's fading fast. This could be their last chance. Closing his eyes, Omar wishes for super jump powers. Suddenly, he's filled with energy and shoots high into the air. He swoops down and lands on the heads of several shadow soldiers, sending them crashing to the ground. He flies back over to the kids, laughing. How about that? With their powers combined, the Time League battles the Shadow Raiders. Finally, the two armies face off in an epic showdown. Only one team can win. Only one side can control all of history. As the battle rages, the villain sees the time crystal floating nearby. An idea comes to his mind. If he had the power of the crystal, the thought makes his eyes blaze with manic glee. He lunges forward and snatches it from midair. The crystal shudders, but then calms down, sensing its power over the kids is ending. With a wild laugh, the Shadow Raider leader raises the crystal high above his head. Now, I have all the power of time. Ha ha ha. He gathers all the dark powers swirling around him into one giant ball. He hurls it toward the children. Die, children, and with you, all of history. The kids brace themselves for the end. But as the dark blast approaches, the glowing crystal inside the villain suddenly activates. A huge beam of golden light bursts from the crystal, pushing the dark ball away. Ali, Aisha, Omar, and Sara stand shoulder to shoulder, hands outstretched, glowing with the crystal's energy. They work together, pushing back the villain's attacks. At first, they struggle, but as they fight, they become stronger. They feel the power of the time crystal surging through them. Suddenly, the villain stumbles. His army is gone. He turns to the kids, his eyes blazing with power. You may have defeated my army, but you cannot defeat me. He raises the crystal, gathering dark energy around him. I am the master of shadows. Together, the kids shout and launch another beam of light at the villain. The two blasts of dark and light energy clash, shaking the earth. The Shadow Raider leader screams as the light eats away at his dark powers. His soldiers appear behind him, weak and flickering. Seeing this, the villain loses focus. For a second, the light blast overpowers him. The villain and his army scream as they are destroyed in a flash of bright light. The portal collapses forever. Kale smiles at the children. His duty is done. The light fades from his body. You are the true guardians of time now. Ali, Sara, Aisha, and Omar are sad to see their friend go, but they understand he gave them hope. Hope to save history. Hope to save each other. The watch glows brightly and repairs itself, looking like new. The time crystal sinks into it, leaving behind a warm glow. Kale walks toward the watch. He looks back at the kids. This is your time now, he says, before stepping through the newly created time portal. The kids wave goodbye until the portal disappears. Then they turn to leave. They don't want to stay here any longer. The old building is crumbling around them. Omar trips and falls. Everyone laughs. Looking back, they see the Time League headquarters doesn't exist anymore. Omar shakes his head. See, I told you it wasn't a dream. The kids are silent for a moment, taking in the fact that their adventures are over. It's strange not to have a secret headquarters or a time-traveling watch. Ali looks at his friends and smiles. Well, I guess it's time to go home. As they walk along the sidewalk, Omar checks himself. He's still covered in dinosaur slime. See, I told you it wasn't a dream. Everyone laughs together. The watch stops glowing and looks like a normal watch again. Ali looks at his friends and smiles. No matter what he says, we'll always protect each other. The screen fades to black with the words, "The End," shining brightly. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Choti Si Dunya for more movies like this.